You like, you can't right out the gate. You talking about it's gonna be about the quality. Let's look at the quality, because a lot of the dishes out there in South Africa may come in small portions, but the quality is so much better. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock that. All right, that's a win-win for me.
So if we had y'all quality and y'all had our bulk,
ooh,
win-win.
It's a win-win. What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction.
Yes.
Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell, because we're on the road to 100K. And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
The baby.
Welcome back, family, to Make
Africa
Great
Again.
Again, there you go. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning back in. So today we're going to be addressing some questions that people have been asking us between the difference between America versus South Africa. So we're going to be kind of addressing the pros and the cons. Right, my love?
Yes, we're going to be addressing the differences between America and South Africa and give us our honest opinion. Okay?
Yes. So, babe, you're going to pull up the questions on your phone and let us know what the first question is.
Yes, so the first question is cost of living.
That's a good one.
That's a good question.
Yes, it is a good question. Did you want to start off?
Yeah, I think more so what I want to let the people know is that we actually addressed this twice already, and we put out some videos showing the homes and showing the apartments.
Yes.
So if you didn't see that, go check it out. But we'll go ahead and give you a quick, I guess, answer to that. What would you like to say?
So first I wanted to say, you know, as we already know, the money, your dollar goes way further here in South Africa, right?
Yes.
So we would recommend that you save up your money and come and purchase or come and rent over here. Your money would go so much further. And then the second part was also we wanted to say discuss the quality of the homes, right? The quality of the homes are a little better than in the United States here, and it's cheaper. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yes.
Reacting to a few videos, we definitely saw that.
Yes,
the homes, the architect, the design, it's fire.
Yes.
Fire.
So we saw some videos where people who would live like in a smaller home for more here move to South Africa, and it's a bigger home for less. So we do like that, and we know here our homes are built with just wood, cement, and I think now they're starting to get into like
that's another one I want to mention.
Steel beams and things like that.
Yeah, but then when we was living in Louisiana, the cost of living there was so low.
Even cheaper than now.
It was cheaper. You know what I'm saying? And we were just talking about this the other day. It was like, wow, what a shift.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
But in Louisiana, it was cheaper, but the homes were smaller, shabbier. But here, it's more
bang for your buck. You are getting more bang for your buck, believe it or not. So
yeah, it is more here, Texas.
Yeah.
As we pointed out in our last video, you can get you a good quality home, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom home for around $100,000. So you know that in that
like
same home here that's going for $100,000 in the U.S. it would be going for like close to $500,000 to $400,000.
Yes, especially looking at the location and the area and the amenities on the property. Definitely, it's gonna run you some money. So.
And then also, when we first got our first place, we were living in a pretty good area in Orlando, Florida. And we had a 1-bedroom, and it was going for $850 a month.
Yeah,
and that was only a 1-bedroom. Here, with that $850 that we were spending in America for a 1-bedroom, you can get you a 3-bedroom or a house for around that same price.
Yes, like we've compared homes here.
Question. This is my question. We do know that in certain parts of Africa, of course, I know it's a huge continent.
Right.
You have to pay a year up front. How is it in South Africa? Do they allow you to pay monthly, or is it upfront?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
To the beach, to homes in the United States, it is ridiculously expensive. Over here, it's not that much expensive.
Not at all. Not at all.
Especially if you bring your dollar over here.
Yes. So the pros for cost of living is definitely going to go to South Africa.
Yes.
Hands down. I have no cons for the cost of living.
And then, are we going to move on to the second question, or
Yes.
did you want to say anything else?
No, I think that's it. Just check out our previous videos and you'll see more in depth about the cost of living here in South Africa.
Yes, yes, yes. And then the second question is cost of food.
Oh boy. Whew, that's a good question. I don't know. Do you want to start this one?
Maybe it might be lower, right?
So I'm going to start
Yeah.
this one off.
Quality.
And
Quality?
I'm not going to say, for me, it could be a pro and it could be a con too, because unfortunately in America, we waste a lot. People waste a lot. So here, the products here are a little more compact and smaller than in America. You know, we could go shopping for the family and, you know, get like bigger boxes of things and stuff like that.
Bulk.
Here,
Shopping
it's
in bulk.
smaller, the variety. It's not as much as a variety, massive variety like we had in the United States.
It's crazy though,
And I
because shopping in bulk is such like a wifey thing. Wifey put me on game when it comes to shopping in bulk. You know me, like if y'all been knowing me, I eat a sandwich real quick and I'm good. PB&J. But now, you know what I'm saying, even before then, but we still do it today, where she would buy things and it would be a whole bunch of them. Like even for our babies' diapers and wipes, a month then passed, and then I was like, man, we still got wipes. She's like, we got a few left.
Yep.
Like we still have a lot left.
It lasts, because I don't like to go to the store. And see, that is something that I don't know if I could ever release that grip that I have on shopping in bulk, like if we was to move to another country. Because Dion and the kids, after we put up everything looked nice and all that.
You gonna throw me in there?
I am. Dion's like, I'm gonna go to the store, and then I go in the kitchen and he's in the cabinet because we still have things and it look like a store. Shoot, I love that. I love knowing that my family has everything we need.
Right. Real talk.
What surprised me the most was that as far as food wise, you're gonna spend almost equivalent to the same price that you would spend in America going grocery shopping.
Almost. Not that the prices are more expensive here. It's only because the size of the products is, you literally have to go to the store frequently.
Yeah, like for example, a thing of sour cream in America will be like half a gallon or a decent size. Here you get a size of sour cream and it's like this big. So we go through that and
one use.
In one use.
Like
So that's the only con I have to give to South Africa, is that America you can get more bulk and get a lot more for your money food wise. Yes. And there's a lot more options. You have way more options when it comes to food and grocery stores.
See, that's why we just did a video about US versus UK, and we just did a live about it. So go watch those too. And that's the thing that I just cannot loosen my grip on.
Yeah.
I have, like, my child can go through ketchup by himself.
No, real talk.
Within a day. So I love knowing that my children will not come to me and say, Mom, we're out of this, we're out of that. And again, I think it has to do with just me, myself. I don't want my children or my family to be without. Because we've been without before, remember?
Yeah.
In the middle of the snowstorm.
Yep.
Well, we dealt with our quote-unquote load shedding.
And we had to drive in the snow just to go get some stuff.
Because we didn't have anything in the
because we
store.
didn't have nothing. So that was a benefit to have it on deck in case of, things like that would happen. So, yeah. And even coming up.
We filmed that. So
even coming up, yeah, if you guys want to check that out. Even coming up, my mom will always have so much canned food in the cabinets. I'm talking about a whole bunch. Yep. And she did that from preparation from her era of growing. You know what I'm saying? So it just continues as it goes.
Not being without, because we deal with hurricanes a lot.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And when you're dealing with a hurricane, the stores got to throw all of their food out. So we've been without. So that's why we shop the way we shop.
Right. And then lights be off for like a week. So just imagine how much food getting tossed out.
There's only so much bread.
But the pro to being here.
There is a pro. Okay.
There is a pro. The pro to being here is that she always used to say to me, why does you guys' bread last for 2-3 weeks in America? And here, their bread...
Almost a month.
Almost a month, yes. And the bread here only lasts you for 3 to 4 days. Yeah. Because here in South Africa, they don't put so many preservatives. Yeah, they don't put so many chemicals in the food. So the food that you eat here is a lot more cleaner, right?
Yes, yes. So we have good clean food over here. I also had a problem with the meats in America. The meats in America is not on our standard and our quality. So definitely that is a pro for South Africa. So there are pros and there are cons. Our food quality is better than America, but their variety and their sizes and stuff like that is better than South Africa.
You know what? And that's what you said, the quality. You like, you can't right out the gate. You talking about it's going to be about the quality. Let's look at the quality, because a lot of the dishes out there in South Africa may come in small portions, but the quality is so much better. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock that. That's a win-win for me.
So if we had y'all quality and y'all had our bulk,
ooh,
win-win.
It's win-win.
I gotta put in there too, another thing which is a pro for South Africa is you can go to the mall and they have grocery stores in the mall, and that I love. But the con is a lot of their grocery stores closes early. They don't have grocery stores like in America. We have 24-hour grocery stores. You can go run to the grocery store.
We love our 24 hours.
The grocery stores shut down around like...
Some 6. It really depends on the hours of trading. Some 6. I think the latest would be like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Yeah. So if you need some...
So y'all got to rush from work to the store.
Well, yeah, if you coming from work. Or I'll just get it all early in the morning. Early in the day, and then have the rest of my day to myself. Because that's how we do it. We cook our dishes early in the day and have it prepared for the rest of the afternoon. That way kids get out of school, they got food on the stove and things of that nature.
Yeah, but I don't think we've gone back to 24-hour grocery stores since the pandemic.
No, we haven't.
Nah,
the latest...
It stopped at like 11.
The latest I've seen is 1.
Well, no, one store, Winco
is 24 hours. Yeah, and it blessed us too.
We're still not back to pre-pandemic hours on the stores.
Right.
But like when you don't want to be around people, let's say you live in a small town, there's only one grocery store, and if those were the hours, oh my God, I am going to drive to another city to go grocery shopping. That's how bad it is. Because I've lived in a small town before, and it's
nah, I'm not doing it.
Nah, it's like Black Friday.
No. Every night.
Yes.
Something late at night to go to the grocery store, no, not happening.
Yeah. Thank God we have 7-Eleven, because if we didn't have 7-Eleven.
For grocery store?
They have 7-Eleven here?
Yeah, we have 7-Eleven.
You look shocked too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even know about 7-Eleven.
Yeah. So that's the.
Y'all, this is like y'all third culture shock video that y'all have sent us from South Africa. I really think y'all trying to convince us to move. But we could have a conversation with them. They are more on, our family dynamic. They have a family. They're more on our level of
the ladies shop in bulk.
Yeah.
Y'all love that, huh?
Their perspectives.
One that stays open the latest. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there you go. So that's answers. Hopefully we'll answer you guys' question about the cost of food here in South Africa. What is the question number 3?
So question number 3 was culture.
It's
culture.
Yes.
That's a good one.
It's a very interesting one. I love this one especially because I feel like we have a lot of diversity in South Africa. We have so much diversity, so many different languages, so many different people. It's just, a melting pot of, culture.
Yeah. But we have the same thing in America, right? We have a lot of diversity,
There's diversity in America, but when it comes to culture, African Americans per se do not have much culture.
Yes. Yes.
And this is...
It's a good topic.
It's a very good topic.
It's a good topic.
And I feel like because African Americans are so divided within themselves, it's hard for people to understand our culture. So let's Sierra kind of introduce you to some of our culture. I remember we received an email about what is y'all culture, what is y'all morals and values and things like that.
Morals and values.
When it comes to culture, if you go anywhere in Africa, you will see the culture better.
Front Street,
because culture there, they're so in tune with who they are. The way they dress,
their roots,
how they go to church, how they raise their families.
Oh man,
you know, the different programming in their culture, like, you know, the cultural gear and things like that is more there. A lot of African Americans don't practice African American culture. One of the things that I can say is like Kwanzaa. A lot of African Americans don't practice that. A lot of African Americans do not know about debutantes. A lot of African Americans, this is a big one, would rather go to another university instead of going to a HBCU that really helps you dig into your culture. And I didn't go to a HBCU, so I guess I'm talking to myself. But to really dig in their culture, African Americans do have culture. It's just every African American do not practice culture. Yeah. And we were all raised differently, and we're not raised in a family community knit what am I trying to say?
Basically, I see what you're saying. Like when it comes to the families in different households, all their morals and principles and valuables are slightly different. We're all teaching our kids differently. I feel like in Africa, all the households are somewhere nearly the same.
Yeah,
you're going to get the same type of teaching when it comes to each mom, each dad.
Right.
When it comes to culture for South Africa, like you said, all the gear, the teachings, the tradition, well, not traditions, but the things that they do Front Street is very noticeable.
It's
for
very
us,
noticeable.
It's like,
what is y'all culture? Y'all don't do
it's
nothing.
Like,
y'all do what everybody else do.
I feel, and I said this before, we set the standard. Like, when the waves change, they look to us. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to new dances every time, they look to us. When it comes to the dishes that we eating, outside crawfish, gumbo, barbecue, they look to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how we move. You know what I'm saying?
So I do understand what she means by saying that there's not a real culture, and it's because
no, I understand it. Yeah, I understand that.
African Americans have been so Americanized, right? So, and again, I feel like we have lost touch with our roots.
And then, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What did the letter say? Y'all are looking for the branches, we're looking for the roots.
Yeah.
Right, so
it's a bar.
We do have African American culture, and we're trying to introduce it more into our home. Like our little girl, I'm ready for the debutantes, okay? In the big white ball gown and the etiquette and the mannerism classes. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for the old ways. Our grandparents, I bet if an African came to America during those times, and so our grandparents, y'all will see it more then. Even our languages, the Louisiana Creole language and the it's more than AAVE language of African Americans. If this was back in the day, y'all would see the culture more, but because a lot of our elders are not passing those things down to us, and we basically got to find our own way through life.
That's how I've been.
And what we want. That's why the culture is dwindling out. But it takes people like us to root it back on up. But I understand what you say.
Facts.
They know more about their heritage and their lineage here in South Africa compared to America,
which is rightfully so. I mean,
have no culture. Our culture is America, and so our culture in America is not really culture. It's just
it's westernized.
It's westernized. Yeah. But you still do. The one good thing about America is that you will go to America and you will see people from Cuba, people from Mexico, who are more in tune with their cultures. But the only con that I have to say as an African American was I was surprised at how so many people here in South Africa are kind of, they wear a lot of European and American brands. Like, we see people at the mall standing outside the stores to get Versace and Gucci, and I don't see a lot when I go out. I don't see a lot of people in their African attire in their African prints, representing their tribes, representing their culture.
And so for the people like us, before we started digging deep into, African culture, the one thing that we would do, we would wear dashikis. Don't know what print it is, but we wearing it.
You got it on our bodies.
And proudly too.
Yeah.
The prints, the head wraps proudly. And if somebody asks us, what is this? What kind of cloth is this? Oh, this is kente cloth. This is the African cloth. We don't know where exactly it come, but we represent 5 people. That's like what we do. And it's kind of sad in a way, you know, but at the same time, what we have said before, we cannot help that the people we are descendant of was taken from the land and we don't know our culture.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to, you know, try to regain that culture that was lost.
And it's hard to do it because coming up, we have so many systems in place that is teaching us opposite. And that's just that. That's period. Like, it's teaching us opposite from the, I ain't going to put dimensions.
Teaching us to hate our natural hair and all.
Yeah, like, all that stuff is real important. That's real facts. Man, that's crazy.
It's more, it kind of shocked me seeing so many people kind of wearing so many of these Western clothes.
Yes, that is a culture shock because I know a lot of people who come from abroad expect us Africans to be wearing the African attire every day, and that's unfortunately not the case, but we have a lot of culture, though. We have a lot of culture in South Africa. We have a lot of diversity in South Africa. Remember, we have 11 official languages. When it comes all around, there's a diversity in America. There's diversity in South Africa.
Facts.
Yes, there are certain people that still hold on to their culture in America, like the Latinos and a lot of the Irish whites. They hold on to their cultures, but African Americans more so doesn't have much of the African culture in America. So that is a con, but it's rightfully so. It's understandable that, you know, unfortunately it is far removed. Is there anything else that you wanted to discuss about the culture?
I just want to say the one thing that I'm loving by being here is just being exposed to different cultures and learning more about my ancestors in the history.
Yes.
You know, if you want to learn more about culture and you want to educate yourself, there's definitely a lot of opportunities. Educate yourself here in South Africa and learn more about the indigenous people, the Khoisan, the Zulus, the different kind of tribes. So, you know, if you want to learn more about the culture, it's on you to kind of go out there and you can find it. And it's a beautiful thing to see and learn about the different cultures.
Yes, it is. It's so exciting when I learn something new, like the last time that the Uber driver told us how the Zulu and the Xhosa language and languages derive from one another. It is very, very insightful and very interesting to learn these things.
Yes. Yeah, so I think that answers your question about culture. So I guess we're going to give culture to... I don't know who to give it. I guess South Africa. I say we'll give it to South Africa for blacks, and then we'll give it to America when it comes to learning more about Spanish and different, different other cultures.
Diversity. Yeah.
That concludes.
But let me say my last statement though.
Oh Lord, what you gonna say, C?
Dang it, I forgot it.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't say it. I forgot it.
That's how it be sometimes.
But I feel like here in America, when it comes to someone wanting to learn our culture, because this is the same exact things we are taught in our history books, you're learning about the enslaved people.
When it comes to our culture?
To our culture. You're learning about the enslaved people and who we became since then. You're not learning about who we were before then, and I think that's kind of the misconception of when people come here and they're like, African Americans don't have culture. But I feel like that is wrong, because yes, we do have culture. It's just a different... You can't come here and be like, oh, what language do y'all speak? What do y'all wear? And things like that. You can't do that. But you also can't say that we don't have a culture, because if we didn't have a culture, there would not be companies or people overseas who try to dress like us, who try to speak like us, the music we create, like that is all a part of our culture. And I think that's the misconception, because when they come here, they want to see maybe who we used to be, but we're so out of touch with who we used to be that we created a new us here. We
had to. I mean, that's just how, we had no choice. A part of our culture is survival and struggle. Yeah. Like, we came from a very, different background when it came to maintaining and surviving. And then another thing when it comes to culture is that you have some celebrities who may pull themselves from out of corporations, and corporations are going to crash.
Yeah, yeah.
So they need that black face, that black individual, that celebrity to be, you know, the face for the culture, so they can bring in revenue for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's
when you look
so
at diversity,
many, it's so many.
When they say, "Oh, we need diversity," who's the first people we call? Yeah, so it's different. It's a different meaning of culture, but because this country was made off of the backs of immigrants, we have around the world people here.
Yeah.
It for the culture part of the questionnaire, and then we're going to carry on. The next question is opportunity.
That is a great question. The opportunities here.
I think they're gonna go to South Africa for that one.
You think?
Well, no, because if you look at it, people come here all the time for opportunities. I don't know.
We land of the opportunity.
We sure was, but I'm just saying, like.
But I'm thinking.
But you gotta like think about it. Like that's a tough one.
Ooh, it may be a tie for this one.
Let's just go with that. We're gonna say a tie, y'all.
Ooh.
We're gonna go that way. We're gonna tie it up.
Like, let's take politics out of it. I think it's a tie.
If you take politics out of it, it's 100% tie.
I think it's a tie. Oh, but then again, I'm thinking about some of the comments. Let's just watch.
Okay.
South Africa and Africa alone, I feel like, you know, I've talked to you about this countless times. Yes. There is so much opportunity here in South Africa for you to build your businesses, for you to whatever you might be into, agriculture, whatever you might be into. The land is here. The prices is not too high. And the thing is with America, because America is so built up that America's on the way where you need to be either know how to do the coding or creating apps or software. That is the way, because America is so built up that the businesses now in America is all pretty much online, right? And if you're not computer savvy, I'm not a computer savvy guy, you could come out here to South Africa and start a business more so from the grounds up, and it's not going to cost you as much as it would in America.
Yes, yes. There's definitely a lot of opportunity in South Africa. America, however, because it's so big and whatever, America has a lot of job opportunities, right, for people. There's a lot of varieties when it comes to job opportunities. But when it comes to opportunities and creating your own opportunities here in South Africa, because there is, you know, there's a market.
South Africa needs to start opening up where more African Americans can come here and get visas and come here. Like, I think Ghana is doing it, where you can come to Ghana as an African American and get citizenship.
Yes.
South Africa, I'm calling you guys out.
Yeah.
You guys need to start reaching out to more African Americans to come out here and do
in the diaspora.
In the diaspora, to be able to come out here and create businesses. Because what I'm seeing here and when I'm bringing up these opportunities, I'm seeing a lot of other races, a lot of Chinese people, a lot of Mzungus, a lot of other people are coming here from other countries, and they're creating opportunities for themselves.
Yeah.
And they're just, you know, they're not really creating opportunities for a lot of the blacks here.
Yeah, for the blacks. They basically just
hire them, just become workers. So I'd say the contest to South Africa is, you know, they need to open up their borders more to the African Americans to be able to come here, get citizenship, bring the businesses and our ideas here, because when I go online, I see so many South Africans wanting us to come here and help rebuild Africa. But your politicians and your government, they need to start putting it into law or creating something for African Americans to feel comfortable to be able to come here and get citizenship.
Yes, yes. No, I definitely do agree with that.
Ooh.
So I understand what he's saying, but yeah, Africans in the diaspora, because I feel like as African Americans, we always forget that we were not the only ones dropped off on the boat.
Come on, man.
So Africans in a diaspora, and that's really good because we hear from people in South Africa where they're saying like, no, it's really hard for us to get jobs, and if we do get jobs, we're overlooked for the higher level positions for other people. So yeah, I do understand what he's saying. I do.
And then there's also a thing for opportunities in America. How we have to realize that we would have more opportunities that would be beneficial if we taught business-minded at a young age. They have, like, so she mentioned there's plenty of jobs for the working class.
Right.
They want people to work so they can help build their companies. And I feel like if we was to teach, the babies now, and even before, like, if we teach them now the business mindsets, LLCs, things they need to know about credit, lending, real estate, teach them at a very young age, they will rise up and do the things they needed to do. And going to South Africa, they would have that mindset. They'll have that degree. They'll have that license or whatever it is that takes. But we have to wait until we're a certain age to start bringing this into perspective.
Right.
And I think that's where we hurt ourselves the most. That's why we probably do come off as like we don't have as many opportunities.
Right. But I feel like for us, we went through the job opportunities, the higher level, and we saw that just wasn't for us. We gotta create our own, okay? Because yes, there's jobs, but sometimes jobs stunt your growth. And yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking South Africa sounding mighty good to come.
I think, like I said earlier, I think they would take it for the opportunities. But then he made a big mention about the class and how people are coming in and who they're giving the you know what I'm saying? It's all about wealth, who got the money, who can invest into these type of things. And if certain classes can, certain races can't, then they're going to cater to that.
Yeah. So, and I feel like here, it's such a rat race. Everybody trying to race to the top. But South Africa do have more opportunity to create more jobs, to create those top level positions where people can retire comfortably. So
we got to retire at what age? About 60.
Yes,
the average class
in
60. So there you go.
Because it's going to just make things so much more easier for people, because there are a lot of Africans in America who really want to return to Africa, but they just don't know the steps. So if the African countries, especially also South Africa, can open their borders for Africans in the diaspora to come and seek citizenship here, if they have, business opportunities, especially when you have business opportunities. That should be available to you.
And people will come from America because, as you see with Ghana, they went ahead and they opened up for African Americans to come, and African Americans are flocking to Ghana and bringing opportunities there. So I just put that on the South Africa's government and on the people here. They need to open up their borders and not allow other people from other countries to come here and create opportunity and wealth, and only use the people here as workers.
No, I definitely strongly agree on that point.
So I think that summarizes all the questions, right?
Yes. We don't want to keep it too long, so I think that is about it. The differences between South African America, and we would definitely give this one to South Africa.
I agree.
Yes.
No debate here. South Africa is just a vibe. It's just more opportunities. It's more here I don't feel like I'm just another I don't feel like I stand out. I feel like here I blend in. I don't feel like, there's been countless times when we went to restaurants in America and we were the only black couple in the restaurant.
Standing out with a sore thumb.
I don't like that. And so here I like just being able to feel like I'm just,
you're amongst your people?
Amongst the people. Yes. And I love that. And the last point is just the beauty here, the land, the opportunities. It's just everything here is priceless, is beautiful. I have nothing really negative to say about South Africa other than they need to start allowing us African Americans to come here and get citizenship and so we can create opportunities and they could get a bigger size with the food. That's it.
Yes.
Even the portion sizes when you go to restaurants, just to let you guys know, when you go to the restaurants here in South Africa, the portion size are not the same to America.
Oh,
yes.
no.
But that's why they're probably not so obese out here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I want it twice.
That's a good thing. But that's it. Thank you for tuning
All right,
back.
man. So you guys check them out. Lovely couple.
Yes.
I
a good
didn't
one.
like that it ended so soon. I wish
was
they
a
could have
good
went more
one.
into depth about, you know, the other
More things.
that they had, you know, in mind to talk about.
Yes. Yes. So, guys, in the future, if you want us to react to something about a comparison, get a couple who we'll relate to more. So y'all won't be mad at us. Okay?
Right.
This was a good video, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed it with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like support the channel that way, as well as our join feature to become a VIP member of the channel. Send in your reaction request through our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.